All right. Hey. Yeah, I mean.
So we about to take off.
Hey. Please do remain calm. About to run the game, spitting with a little bit of soul, no times.
Welcome to the Please Remain Calm podcast. I'm Ben Gonzalez.
And I am Daniel Gonzalez.
And we are in studio with our guest, Madison Sinclair.
Hey.
Hey,
Madison,
thanks for coming
welcome.
in. We were trying to get her in on the show for a while. Pandemic hit, and you were gone.
Yeah.
You just came back, right?
I was in Florida. I was supposed to go for a month. I was there for a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you just get stuck there
No,
because of the
just,
pandemic, or you just? Florida was still popping. They never really shut down, right?
Yeah, the
So
strip clubs are open in June of last year.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like
fuck it.
drive-through, or they just had to have masks on?
No.
What was the restriction?
They didn't even wear masks. It was crazy.
It was
Florida,
still just on stage though, or
no,
there
lap
was.
dances.
It was just open for business completely.
so water
June
parks too.
Man.
Hey, before we get into this anymore,
Right.
the opinions
Yeah.
expressed here on this podcast are our own. They do not reflect the opinions of the Los Angeles City Fire Department or the Los Angeles County Department of Health Services.
Yeah.
Let's
Where
just
we
get that
stay
right out in the
closed.
open right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna talk to Madison about a few different things today.
Yeah. She is a health calamity.
And it got me thinking about frequent flyers or patients that we get to know on the. I don't know if you know, but I'm a firefighter, paramedic in Venice. So we like to try to link all our guest stories and stuff like that into how we operate as a fire department, paramedics and stuff like that. Ben's a paramedic too. So we do we run call for the most part, we train and we sit around and we wait for the bell to go off. And whatever the call is, that's what we go to and we treat whoever we get. Every station I've ever worked at, we've had 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 patients that call all the time for different reasons too. You might have like where I work right now, we have in Venice, we have a huge homeless population, right? So we have specific homeless people that call all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
They'll get wasted and they just like to the attention of saying, oh, my chest hurts or whatever, right? We also have people that have had disease processes. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that has cancer or somebody that's special needs or something like that, right? That you visit every day, almost every day sometimes with them, and you get to know them and you go through this whole disease process, whatever it may be, with the family and with the patients and stuff like that. You know?
Because you see them so often.
Yeah, you're seeing them so often, and you're and with some of them, especially the people that are terminal and stuff like that, you'll go through the whole entire process with the person. You know what I mean? Which is just another level of trippiness. As far as things to deal with, you deal with stuff you see, but it's a whole nother level. It's almost that's when I talk about like firefighters and paramedics having PTSD and how that's so prevalent. This is one of the main reasons why it is.
Yeah.
You see
Because you have a connection with somebody that you see every other week
Exactly.
or once a month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on the flip side of that too, you'll get we'll get I've had a couple special needs kids that in the district, they just have multiple problems in a wheelchair or whatever. And they almost feel like your little brother or your little sister, you know what I mean? And you show up and when you there's different ways you can go with patients like that. You can either get annoyed that this person's calling all the time and every day, right? And there are definitely paramedics and firefighters that go that route. They're like, okay, you called. Why did you call? You could have used your albuterol on your own and start kind of hammering a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the other route you can take where you're compassionate and you're almost just like I said, they feel like a little brother or a little sister. You treat them that way, and you kind of almost you can almost see the relief in the parents or in the family's
when
face.
you show up.
When you show up and they're like, oh, cool.
It can be the same way with the hospital staff too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're happy. They know the nurses. They have their doctor. Yeah.
I always try to tell my interns, even with the frequent flyers that call all the time, we got this guy, Armando Velasquez, Johnny Cash. They call him, right? Because he has a guitar and he's drunk all the time.
Say his real name. Go ahead. Yeah. No problem.
And he's I don't think he listens to the podcast, but he's been homeless in Venice for forever. Everybody knows him. Everybody in the surrounding districts know him because he calls all the time. But he plays his guitar. He's super cool, and he calls himself the Mexican Johnny Cash. And if you're cute, if you're a cute paramedic, he'll sing to you and serenade you. And It's the same story every time we get
So
him.
he's saying to you?
He sings to me all the time, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He also
Best Let My Mood show? Or
he
what?
also hit me on the head one time, and a cop saw it, and he went to jail for 6 months for assaulting a paramedic.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, so being a cute paramedic gets you only so far.
So then I see him 6 months later. I hear his voice at Marina at the hospital, and I'm like, oh shit! And I look at him, and he's freaking. He looked amazing. He looked like a normal, like when I say homeless, dude, I mean like straight skid row, cruddy, covered in dirt, homeless. Like he's
Right.
super duper homeless.
Yeah.
And I've never seen him not drunk, right? So there he is laying there, and he's like, he looks normal and shit. I'm like,
Because he's been in jail.
he's been in, I go, Johnny, what the, I thought you were dead, dude. And he's like, oh, compa, hey, man, I'm like, Johnny, where have you been? Oh, man, they sent me to jail. They said I hit a paramedic. I didn't do it, though. And I go, are you shitting me, man? You hit me. He's like, no, did I? Oh, I'm sorry, compa. I wasn't myself. You know I love you. All shit, right?
Bro.
But
Did
it's
he have
like,
his guitar?
no, he's lost.
Okay.
He's hasn't had a guitar in forever, but my point is like, you never know. Like even the frequent flyers that call, the people that have processes that you see every day and you meet the family. It's easy to be compassionate with those people. With the homeless frequent flyers that call every day, those can be annoying, man, because 95% of the time you're like, dude, there's nothing wrong with you. Come on, let's go. You still got to do everything. You still got to check the patient. You still got to do an EKG. You still got to go and do your job. And I think that it's real easy for especially younger paramedics that have, mistakes are our greatest teachers, right? Mistakes happen all the time. And it's like when you have close calls or you forget to do something or you don't do something because you think it's bullshit or whatever, that's when it like could bite you in the ass or does. And then you realize, oh shit, I need to do this every time. The paramedic that I am, like if anybody that knows me or has worked with me or been interned underneath me, I'm a pretty conscientious paramedic. Like I like to dot all my I's and cross all my T's, right?
Yeah.
And I try to treat everybody with respect. I only do that because I've fucked up so much in the past. You know what I mean?
That's what I said, for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wasn't always the person that I am now at work or in general, but my point is, you got it for the younger guys that are listening. Even those frequent flyers that are calling and you're annoyed with every day, and they're annoying and they're assholes to you. You still have to treat those guys, right, and do everything.
I thought you were about to confess some shit.
No.
Early in my career,
That killed a man.
That being said, we also do get people that just have bad luck and just have multiple things happen to them. Like I've
like our guest.
Yeah, like our guest, exactly. And you get to know those people too. Like I don't know if you've actually called 911 for all the things you've been through.
Because it's so expensive. I've like Ubered to the hospital every time.
Smart, man. Smart.
Hey, no bullshit now. The county transportation department, the CDO, the ambulance department, they use Uber and Lyft.
Oh yeah,
to send people. Yeah,
it's
and I hear the dispatchers like they'll send an ambulance or something, and then they'll be calling up somebody else. Your driver's coming. He's in a silver Altima.
Yeah,
dude.
It's that's been tossed around within our department as a new level of care for the longest, man. Because it used to be when you called. And you're like, oh, yeah, I stubbed my toe. Okay, when did you stub your toe? Oh, a week ago, but it really hurts. To be like, we're not sending an ambulance for that, sir. Right? And then come to find the guy dead a week later because his toe was hanging halfway off and he bled to death in his living room, right? So now they send to everything. Yeah. It doesn't matter what.
No bullshit, dude.
You can call and hang up and they'll send you to the nearest cell tower. Hey, look around. We got to, it's silly, but they're covering their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
My uncle was a paramedic, and there was this guy, Listerine Gene, and he would call every day because he would drink 2 bottles of Listerine.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Lives in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he just wanted to be in the hospital.
Yeah. Hey, some people do.
Yeah.
It's some of them. It's just a thrill of like seeing the lights, seeing all the people. They're
making
lonely.
a commotion.
Yeah, the commotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes I'm like, all right, but you drank this to get drunk, right? Like you drank this to get to where you are. I don't understand why you're calling, sir. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm worried about, all right, well, let's go to the hospital.
I think it was always CVS that called because he would drink them until he would pass out.
That makes sense.
Yeah, call on him.
Yeah.
Get this guy out of the CVS.
They will find a way, man. Alcoholics. rubbing alcohol, hand cleaner,
Oh,
Listerine,
Determination.
you name it, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And just like you said, they'll walk into CVS, pull it off the counter, chug it. I mean, they'll do it with the alcohol too.
Mhm.
Chug it, and then what are you going to do? Arrest them? It's a bottle of liquor.
Yeah. Just
And
say,
now
"Get
that
outta
they got
here."
theirs, it's a trip. Anyways.
Wild. All right.
Anyway, so I got that off my chest.
Our guest, stand-up comedian, podcaster, TV writing staffer,
Yes.
Madison Sinclair. We were trying to figure out how long we've known each other. I think like around like 2017 or something.
Yeah.
Just like doing shows around LA. She's cool, a hustler. We were talking about your story of how you moved here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the show The Soup. I had watched it. It's my favorite show. I watched it ever since I was a kid. I even won a raffle one time to like go on a dog date with Lou, like the dog. On the
The
show.
dog from
Yeah.
The Soup.
So my dog and Lou went to the chateau.
Really?
And, we won this contest. We flew out. We watched a show, and then it's so crazy that it was 12. So 8 years later, I was an intern on it.
Wow.
So funny, man.
Manifesting.
Signs, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where in Florida are you from?
Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right. So your first foray into the healthcare system happened back then when you were still in Orlando, right?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
16, and the first thing that happened to me is I always wanted boobs. That's the only thing I wanted in life, and I got boobs really, I
From
didn't.
how long?
All right, so my mom was one of the first Hooters girls,
Okay.
so
Oh, yeah.
she
Her
was
mom is hot.
she was on
Yeah.
the calendar and everything. So I thought that was the working at Hooters was the end all be all.
Your mom was a Hooters girl in the 90s?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's still in. If you go to any bar, her
At the height of
photos-
its popularity.
Yeah, it's laminated in. Yeah, now it's kind of
Wow.
sad. I feel like it's not what it used to be. Now you see the girls they hula hoop outside of Hollywood Boulevard.
Hey,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
Hooters has played significant roles in other people's stories in our
Oh,
show.
really?
We had a guy who was in the Vegas shooting.
Mhm. Oh,
And
wow.
he tried to rescue people in the Vegas shooting, and the first place he was able to stumble out of and get a glass, a bottle of water or something, was Hooters. Right? That was the first familiar place where he was safe and wandered in.
It is true.
Yeah.
They both said they felt safe at
Yes,
Hooters.
because we
Yeah.
had Grant Cotter yesterday, and Grant Cotter broke his kneecap. He got his kneecap shaved off in Cozumel.
Yeah, Cozumel.
Yeah, Cozumel in a scooter accident, right?
Mhm.
And he didn't want to go to the hospital there. He made him take him to Hooters. And he's like, I felt like America. At least I was safe there,
Amazingly,
it was comfort.
the girls did the perfect surgery.
Yeah, no, that's
Fix
what I'm
his knee.
saying,
That was
man.
amazing.
Yeah, they do it all there, man. It started with Madison's mom.
Well, there's a lot of what I did work there eventually. There's a lot of retired people, a lot of
You were a
lonely
legacy.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was really bad at it. I worked there maybe 3 weeks. I was horrible. Because someone would be mean to me and I wouldn't wait on them. I'd refuse to wait on them.
You just bail.
And they would say, you
You
can't
know, fuck
do
this
that.
table.
But yeah, I wanted boobs really bad, and then I got them really quickly, and they didn't look right. They were hard, and the doctor described popcorny. So they had they looked kernely.
Whoa.
That's the only way to describe
You're
it.
talking about when they
like
first
a
developed?
ceiling in an old house?
Yeah, like a popcorn. No, like a popcorn kernel. There was lumps out of it.
Wow.
And I was like, I told my mom this doesn't feel right, and she's like, none of this feels right. My boobs
Wow.
are hard and weird.
And you're how old at this point?
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to the doctor, and they're like, oh, they were all they said they were pretty much all benign tumors, but
Wow.
one
Holy
of them
crap.
looks strange. So I don't know what that means, and I'm still trying to figure out what the hell that means because she never sent it off for biopsy, which I'm now finding out is crazy and that should never have happened. So now it's
Wow. Did anything like that run in your family?
my grandma.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't know. That's what.
But they were all benign?
Yeah.
And so they just...
But because they didn't do the biopsy, now I have to cover my ass, and they want to do an ultrasound every 6 months because I'm too young to do a mammogram. So I just have to just keep checking up on it for the rest of my life.
Jeez.
So I'm like, that's so weird. If she thought it looked strange, or one of them looks suspicious, whatever that means, you think you would cover your bases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just let it ride, or
They just took everything out.
they just took everything out? Yeah.
It was I went in on a Friday, and I think she's like, on Monday, we're taking these off. And my biggest concern is, are my boobs going to get smaller?
Well, I was gonna say
Sure.
this is your poor lifelong dream,
Yeah, it's
I
the most
know.
and then
important
it's
thing in
just
your life.
dashed, and sorry, these have to go.
And prom was next week. Can we keep them for a
Dude.
week?
Man.
This is rough.
So yeah, they did a lumpectomy. And with the lumpectomy it was weird because they didn't tell me a lot of stuff just because I was like 16. I feel like they told my mom everything.
Yeah.
And when I woke up, they said, "Hey, surgery went great. We took both your nipples off." And then she paused, and I was like, "What? You took my nipples off?" And she's like,
They didn't put it back?
They put them back on.
Okay.
But she like, it scared me for a second. I didn't realize that's how
Look
they
like a
do
toy.
it. And then I did that, and then I had like no boobs anymore because I never had boobs. They were just weird tumors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that what it was though? Like your boobs didn't grow in and just tumors grew in?
Just tumors, yeah.
Wow.
Man.
And so did they? There's no like name for this, or like it's not like a there's no name for it. I mean, was it just
Madison
like
syndrome?
There's a long name. It's like it's not quite a fibroid, but it's, oh God, they just said it was like a benign tumor because it's not a cyst.
Yeah.
And it's not, they were telling me what it wasn't. And they said it's just like an abnormality that grows and just has to get taken out.
Man, it's crazy. I never heard of that.
Crazy.
How did they do afterwards? Did they? You were fine afterwards. It was like it never happened afterwards.
Just flat chested.
Yeah.
And have to just like kind of check up on it and make sure that nothing comes back or anything.
How long was the entire like ordeal from when you first noticed it to when you actually had surgery and were done?
It was really quick. I would say it was like 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is quick. Yeah.
That is fast.
Wow.
Man. I never hear about it like that. Unless they were like really worried that it was going to spread. Is that what it was?
She was really concerned about it. Also, because there was such a huge mass of them. Like she
and like clustered.
And they
where
came super
they were literally
quickly.
boobs.
She's like, what the hell is this?
And I know, right? They just all formed together like, we're going to be boobs.
Yeah.
And
could happen to a guy too.
I guess.
Theoretically.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess I've heard other girls get like lumps and stuff too, and they're fine. They just ignore it. Like it's not, I guess it's like, it's common for a lot of people when they are growing. I think some of them are more likely cysts.
Yeah.
Right. Man.
I don't know.
Thank God you didn't have to go through breast cancer though. We had Sophia Alexandra on the show. And we didn't know that much shit about breast cancer and like how much you have to go through, like 3D mammograms, like getting your boobs smushed and crushed and like.
Yeah, you just sit on a table with a hole in it.
And
the
breast MRI. Yeah. We were like, dude, we're just like, that was rough, dude. Yeah. So yeah, thank God. So you survive.
Yeah.
You get the gig on The Soup. They're like, this poor girl had her tumor boobs. Yeah. You know what I mean? But the least we could do is give her an internship.
Yeah. And then I was like living in this really shit place on Orchid Street, like on Orchid, like by the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Right.
It's disgusting, and it had mold. And I started having breathing issues, like really bad sinuses, like black stuff was coming out of my sinuses.
Are you serious?
And I was like, what the hell is this?
Holy crap. Like you just sneeze out charcoal?
Yeah, like literally it was like gray. And I went through all these testing to try to find out what it was. They also did a thing in my lungs. They found spots in my lungs. And then they scared the hell out of me because they said, well, what if you have breast cancer? What if like that was breast cancer, it came back and it went to your lungs? And then I went to an oncologist and that was terrifying. And then they found like, no, you're fine. And I was like, okay, but they also couldn't biopsy it because they're too tiny. So they said, we can't do a needle biopsy. We just have to wait. Like I think we had to wait they said like wait like 6 months and then
image it again to see if it grows. Is that what they did basically?
And they just stayed the same.
But the symptom was only the sputum that was coming out, just the black stuff. There wasn't like you weren't having like chest pain and stuff too, or
I like had a shortness of breath.
Oh, okay.
So that was really bad, and I was just like super congested. And then when I went to the hospital, at the time that picture, they had to put me on oxygen because I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. See, I remember that when you were in the hospital and you showed that X-ray.
Yeah. But then I moved and it went away. So I don't know if it was just like that place was disgusting and that was just like me being exposed to it.
Wow. Did you ever talk to like the other people that live there?
No.
Wow.
I mean, it was kind of it was a really creepy place, and everyone that like lived there had been there for like 25 years. So it was like the woman who lived in my place before me died there.
What?
Yeah. So
how long were you there?
I hope you got it cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was only like $1,000 a month. I was there a year.
Damn.
Yeah.
So another mystery.
Yeah, like I don't know what that was, and then I still have the sinus thing, and I've had that tested. I think like my poor doctor, I keep doing because I'm like it's a fungus, it's a fungal thing, and I keep checking it. Everything comes back negative. He's like, there's nothing that's like happening with that.
And are you still getting the imaging every 6 months or so?
No, I haven't kept up with that. I've only kept up with the boobs really because I feel like all the other symptoms went away when I moved. So I'm like, it's expensive. I don't really want to keep doing that.
Sure.
But the sinus thing kept happening. And then over COVID, I started experimenting with different eyeliner colors. And the color changed. And I'm like, this whole time, was it just eyeliner in my sinus?
What?
And I thought it was a fungus.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
run
fucking
this back,
interesting.
please. Okay.
She changed her. She changed her.
So was it like the
eyeliner.
makeup brand, and you think like it was getting into your sinuses?
I think that's what it was the whole time. Because like my sinuses were black, and I was freaking out. And I've spent thousands of dollars at ENTs doing like CAT scans of my sinuses, doing that thing where they put the camera up it. Like I've done all these.
But wouldn't that happen to a lot of girls then?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, who knows what her anatomy's like, man? Your tear ducts. There's a bunch of little passages and shit in there.
You have little vacuums in your eyes, dude.
You never know, man. You never know.
It's a little funnel.
Because I put blue in the side of my eyes, and then the stuff came up. There was blue. My sinuses were blue.
Oh my god!
And I was
so
like,
crazy.
what if this is just what it is the whole time?
Yeah, like those people that like pour like milk in their eyes and it comes out of their nose.
It's so funny, man. How like
holy shit, dude.
How
what was the shit in your lungs then?
Well, I think that was just like unrelated. I think that was like seeing black stuff in my nose, like put alarm bells off and made me take it seriously. Yeah. But I was really congested, and I think that maybe that was all connected. But the eyeliner thing might have just
you might have just had like incidental like pneumnia or something just that day. That's a walking pneumonia. I came in for something else.
It's funny, man, because a lot of times we'll show up and like you know what I mean. Like we're not doctors, and so when it's almost like detective work trying to figure out what the hell is going on, you know. So like when I'm on scene with somebody and they're vague and they're giving like vague answers, like I just had chest pain, and I will run down like a list of questions, just like seemingly like questions that seem to like not have anything to do with it, but I'm trying to piece together like why the hell, you know, why are you you know, why are you pooping black but your blood pressure is normal, you know what I mean? If it's a GI bleed, your blood pressure should be dropped, you're pale, you know, why are you have you been outside in a while?
It's called a differential diagnosis, and you think of like you make a list in your head of like the worst shit it could be to the least serious shit it could be. You start chopping them off.
But even more than that, man, sometimes you're just like, you know, did you eat hot Cheetos? Oh, I ate a bag of hot Cheetos. That's why your vomit is bright red, you know? Shit like that. But like doctors too, you know, like Bernie will get people in the ER that she's like running down, and it's almost like, okay, well, I'm trying to figure out how the hell this happened.
Oh yeah, dude.
How you have this result from this test, and it's all a detective game, man. And sometimes it winds up being something as silly as, oh shit, this is just eyeliner, you know? Look at it's blue now, you know? That's so crazy how that happens. It happens all the time too.
Did you tell your doctor?
No.
Dude, can we call him and tell him?
You want me to call him and tell him? I think it's why.
Here is your doctor. Come on in.
Hi, I'm on a medical podcast right now, and I think I just figured out what you could not figure out.
Because I feel like I bothered him so much for years because it was freaking me out. I was like, why is it like? Because like I would look up online, there's like a whole community of people that have black stuff in their sinuses and can't find out what it is.
You can find a community for anything.
Yeah,
trust me.
I was surprised by that. How and I don't know if I totally believe. There's some things I don't know if I totally believe in, like I don't think everyone who claims that their breast implants are making them sick. I don't know how much is. I don't know.
But eyeliner out your nose.
Yeah,
that shit's real.
No, you know.
You could have been the face of the mysterious black sputum community.
I know. It could have been.
Right, that's a marketing opportunity left on the table.
Could have been my cause.
That's what I'm saying. But she hustles. There's not a lot of things that you do leave on the table. This chick comes up with ideas for stuff and just does them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm serious though. Like, you started like 2 businesses.
Yeah.
During the fucking pandemic, right?
One of them did really, really. One of them didn't do as well. I did like a teddy bear thing where I would put T-shirts on and roast people.
Yeah.
And I sold all my inventory, which is like the goal. I feel like because I ordered like 100 teddy bears and I sold those. So I was like, all right, at least I did that. The shorts were crazy. Like I made like $7,000 in sales from these. They're booty shorts that say sad facts on the back of them.
Oh.
And I started as like I just did them for myself, and people on TikTok are like, "Oh, I want you to make them," and I made a ton of them. It was crazy. So I just did that, and I got a car with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I preach that
you never
all
know.
the time.
Yeah.
All the time. You come up with an idea or you want to do something, just fucking do it. Most people don't do shit just because they just don't do it. Mm-hmm. It's not like you can't or you don't. You know what I mean?
There's numerous things I didn't do
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too, man.
Or it took too long to write it, and then somebody else came out with the fucking same thing at the same time. Yeah. No bullshit, dude. Yeah. So Petty Bears. She was like roasting people like I could order you a shirt that says that's talking shit about you and send you a bear, right?
Genius.
Yeah.
You were on Roast Battle. Did you do stand up on Roast Battle or?
I did the shows in Comedy Central.
Okay, you did, right?
Yeah, and then I played like so silly. I was like a roast cheerleader for Blake Griffin.
I remember that. Yeah. I just don't know if like you actually did a set too.
No, I never.
Okay.
Actually, I'm kind of glad that I never battled someone on television though, because I was really misrepresented a lot on Roast Battle.
Really?
A lot of people had me like they would try to they had a hard time saying negative things about me, which I think it's because they probably has to do with how they're viewing me. They think that they're like, oh, well, I can't make fun of you for what they usually do because they're like, oh, you're white. And so they would do the cancer thing, and they would act like I had cancer or that I was dying from cancer.
Yeah.
So then some people thought I had cancer actively, and I had to like make that clear. And then other people thought that I don't know. A lot of people said I was like a whore and like very sexually conservative.
I mean, most when I see women that are in Roast Battle, that's what the guys go after. Is like they just try to say that they're dumb or that they're like sleeping their way to the top or like just shit like that. You know what I mean? Oh, Roast Battle's a show on Comedy Central where two comedians go head to head and roast each other basically and just talk shit about each other. And you did a lot of them, didn't you?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I did so many of them, and I don't think there was like one accurate joke about me. Like it was all just. And I
never did it.
Yeah.
Too thin skin.
Yeah.
I'll fight somebody.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
And
I already know all my
life's
flaws.
a mess, bro. Yeah.
I'm like
you know
Eminem, man. Yeah.
They're going to come after me, and it's going to be like the Drake Pusha T thing, like you're a bad father and shit. Like, hey, fuck you. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I can't deal, dude. Yeah. I never did a single one. This is not my thing.
I don't know if it would if it would be on TV in the future. I don't know because there's.
It's almost.
Hey, he got
it's almost out now, man.
A couple seasons out of it, didn't he? So
because I do think
God bless him.
Because there's a lot of racial humor, and I don't think that it will. I think looking back,
people go hard.
Isn't going to age well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's changing right now. Everything.
Right.
Like the entire everything, man.
Well, our hopes are with you, Brian. We hope you can keep it going, bud. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Madison is also gunning for a Red Lobster sponsorship.
I think I heard it the other day though, because they posted a Pride thing, and then so people started commenting like, "Oh, like."
Hey, what was it? It was rainbow biscuits.
Yeah,
rainbow cheddar biscuits.
Yeah, rainbow cheddar biscuits, and everyone was like, "I'm not going to eat here anymore" or whatever. And I was just like commenting back to them, like telling them to go to Long John Silver's and everything. And then they took it down.
Defending Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Like take your ass on.
Yeah, like whatever. Like if you're being homophobic,
yeah, we're gonna eat our rainbow biscuits.
Yeah. And then they took it down, and I was like, "Did they
the
really
whole
take,
post?"
They took the whole post down because a few people said that they weren't going to eat there anymore, which is an empty threat. If you like Red Lobster, you're going to keep eating Red Lobster.
Did that make you question your allegiance to Red Lobster? That like they don't have a backbone?
Yeah.
A spine?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take this heat to Outback Steakhouse.
I mean, I still never had Chick-fil-A.
You never had Chick-fil-A?
Really?
I've never had Chick-fil-A because the owner opposed gay marriage when it was up for a vote.
Dude, I do a joke about it and I eat it still.
I'm
I've
pansexual
just
and I
never
still
had
eat it all the time.
I've never had it, so I don't know what I'm missing, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's still why.
They're pretty bomb, dude.
You know, it's like my only power against a company or a corporation if I don't agree with.
Where do you stand on In-N-Out?
Oh, I'd kill In-N-Out.
Yeah, they support Trump too.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
I always thought it was
a bunch
overhyped.
of corporations
yeah, but I'm not.
Trump,
I'm not eating Chick-fil-A because they support Trump.
Yeah, because they didn't support gay marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are two different things.
You're like In-N-Out loves gay marriage, bro. All right.
In-N-Out's good.
Man, but you wouldn't be the first guest on our show to accomplish that because we had Chris Cope on the show. Mm-hmm. He had a aortic aneurysm before.
I know, I saw that.
Show. Yeah. Oh, all right. And he did the same thing. Like he always pumped Waffle House. Mm-hmm. I love Waffle House. Love Waffle House. Waffle House noticed, and they gave him a fucking like a black card for Waffle House.
Oh wow!
He has unlimited, free carte blanche access any Waffle House in the country. He's their national spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? So it is possible.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for you. When I watch you post Red Lobster, I'm like, go after it. You know what I'm saying?
I toured their headquarters. They did do that.
That's right.
They baked me 100 cheddar biscuits.
And
and they showed me like they they had a lobster Independence Day where they got independence from Darden, and they showed me the whole thing. They asked me for like menu item recommendations. I want cheddar biscuits and gravy. That's what I suggested. Yeah, I thought that'd be good.
Like a lobster gravy.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Damn,
I didn't
that's a
even
good
think
idea,
of
bro. Hey, that's fucking dope though to get to suggest menu items to restaurants.
Yeah, and it's cool. We got to see the kitchen that comes up with new ideas every day. That's their whole job, is like to come
The
up.
Red Lobster's test kitchen.
Yeah.
And you were in there.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
It was amazing. They even had like a test like dining room and everything.
Holy shit! So you ate like experimental Red Lobster?
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Oh, you couldn't.
But I could watch them do.
I didn't pay for that tier. When I was a kid, I had a Korean best friend when I was like 10. Right, Albert. Remember Albert Choi? Albert Choi.
Yeah.
And his dad owned a freaking Taco Bell.
Oh,
But it was like a knockoff Taco Bell. It was called Taco Loco. So instead of like Nachos Bel Grande, they had like Bel Grande Nachos. It was like McDowell's from fucking Coming to America, but of Taco Bell, right? And so he's like, I was going to hang out with him, and he's like, oh, we're going to go to my dad's place. You want to go? Like, just go to you could just be at Taco Bell. He's like, yeah, we could make stuff too if you want. We could make stuff. That was the fucking greatest, dude.
Yeah.
amazing.
I was in the back of Taco Bell. I was like 10. I was fat. You know what I mean? Like creating my own nachos and shit, and like making my own. I mean, I couldn't make burritos really, but the nachos I'll never forget.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was a formative time of my life.
Yeah.
It was in the valley too. Like we lived in Mar Vista.
Oh,
I went all the way out to the valley to just go sit in the back of a Taco Bell and just live my fucking dreams.
Make some
you know what I mean?
tacos.
Yeah. So when I saw you going to Red Lobster corporate, it was like that was like little me going to the back of the Taco Bell. You know.
You grew up in LA?
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
We're both from here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Local yokels from Venice.
Oh, I hate that my family's across the country, and that's why I like this year so much, because I finally get to like see them. I can only see them twice a year.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get them to move out here, but it's so expensive, especially if you haven't been here a while and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
It's
It's
crazy.
only getting worse.
I know.
It's like insane now. Like trying to buy a house or anything. There's like all these corporations just buy up single family homes now to flip them into rentals, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So anything you like, anything that's a decent house at all, it immediately gets bid up like $100,000 over asking price.
Sight unseen.
It's a $1 billion company or hedge funds that are just buying them up.
They're like, I'll buy cash, and then it's like,
you
how
can't
can
do
you
shit.
ever-
Yeah, you know what
it's
I mean?
crazy, man.
Yeah, it fucking
But
sucks, dude.
there's no hurricanes. There's no alligators.
Yeah. When the alligators
It's
are
sunny every day. It never rains.
Are there alligators walking around?
all the time. Yeah, we actually have a nature preserve right outside my mom's house, and there's
She said all the time.
Hold on. There's also gigantic snakes everywhere.
Hold on, alligators all the time?
all the time. Like we get in our car, it's less than a mile away,
Mm-hmm.
and there's thousands of alligators in this preserve, and you just drive your car through it, and they're just sunbathing on the side, and any like lake.
This is
you go
Florida,
to-
bro.
Yeah,
It's Florida.
I've come really. I've like walked past them, like they're.
Actual dinosaurs. I'm cool, man. I'll pay the money. I'll pay the money and live in Inglewood. There are literally no alligators in Inglewood. There might be
Not a
one like
one.
in a pond in a backyard somewhere, some gangster, but I haven't seen it. I'm
Yeah.
cool.
Florida has everything though.
You can buy one for $250.
Nope.
Like a little
thank you.
alligator.
No wildlife license.
Have you ever had an alligator?
No, but
as
I
a
did
pet?
think about that. I was like, it's only.
Have you
$250.
had
Is
exotic
that a
pets?
normal thing in Florida to have a gator as a pet?
No,
No.
but I saw a website that had it because they had these like lizards that we thought were cool. So
That's
I mean,
crazy,
is a
man.
squirrel exotic? Does that count?
You had a pet squirrel, dude?
Because the hurricanes, because he's mentioned the hurricanes. 2 hurricanes happened, so we had squirrels twice because they knocked the nest out and the mom died. So they
Oh.
hatch and they.
Tragic, man.
Yo, they were baby
It's a fucking-
squirrels.
Yeah.
You raised them.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm
Did they
picturing-
follow you around
I'm
like listen
picturing
to you?
mom squirrel
One.
out, little babies next to her, just like, Mom, please.
Right?
Well, they're sweet. Like one of them was like very sweet and like our pet and got very domesticated very quickly. But
Very
it,
domesticated very quickly? Like it would just be in the house?
yeah,
Like posted up on the counter?
like crawling up you, like super cool. It gave my mom a virus.
The squirrel did? Like
Yeah.
a hantavirus or something?
She had she was like felt really sick and they did a blood test and she came back
Oh
with
my
some
God,
like
dude.
rare virus.
And then the squirrel had to go?
Outbreak.
She's like, yeah, bye.
Did you get it?
No. And I was mad at her for getting rid of it. She's like, Madison, it gave me a virus. I'm like,
How old were you?
12.
Wow. Pet squirrels on your shoulder.
It's just hanging out. It was so cool. I was like, we're really getting rid of this thing? Why can't
Like
we?
Ace Ventura.
Yeah. I don't know if you can treat animals like that once they get viruses, because there's not like, I mean, I know you can vaccinate an animal to an extent, but a squirrel.
I have not looked into it. You're the first person I've ever met that has had that problem. Fucking ever. Do you do Florida jokes?
No. I mean, I feel like, because like Florida's always the butt of the joke, so it's hard to take like a cool angle at it. The only thing I was thinking about was I was going to do a show in Florida, and I was going to talk about how people always act like it's white trash. And I just thought it was funny because I was talking to my mom about, I was like, Florida's not white trash. And like, except for, and then I named like 30 major cities.
All these counties, a little bit white trash.
Do you have a favorite Florida joke for anyone else?
I cannot, not one that I can think about.
Sandro Ocolano does one where he's like, because he's from Florida too. He's like, I like Florida because that's the only place like when you if you want to go to the south, you got to go north.
That's true.
He's like, where are we going? The deep south? Why are we driving north? That shit's funny.
Because when I was in Orlando, I never really experienced any, like, I never saw anyone be racist. I never heard anything like that. And then I went to Tallahassee, and it was just like Jim Crow style racism. It was really bad. It was like, I was like, what the
But Tallahassee's like practically Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You went to school there?
I went to FSU.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I was
because we were talking about trying to go when we were going to do the NBC thing in Atlanta. That's right. We were going to try to go. That's right.
I actually just went to Atlanta last month. I did some shows at Laughing Skull.
Oh, how's that?
It was great. It was good to do stand up again. It was like me basically like getting back into it.
Apparently though, you could have done it the whole time in Florida too, since they were completely wide open. Did we talk about that on the air, or was that before we started the show? About her saying the strip clubs were completely open.
That was just now.
Yeah, we talked about it.
The beginning of the show.
That was the beginning of the show?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could.
No more smoking for you.
I know, right? Sheesh.
The audiences are kind of Trumpy though, so I was like, I don't really want to test new material with these people. I don't know. It was just.
You didn't say any Trump stuff?
What?
Did you say any Trump stuff?
No, I just like it's just very. It's very aggressive anti-masker culture in Orlando, and I just felt like I wouldn't get a good read on my newer stuff with these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially people that were going to shows in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing too though, because then it's like you haven't done shows in so long, so it's like I need to do this new shit. But then you have a good audience, like, oh fuck, do I really want to do brand new shit that might eat it when I have a good audience?
Yeah, it's like a whole conflict, and there's a lot of liberal, cool, progressive people in Orlando, just not the ones that were going out partying and acting like everything was normal in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
I feel like they weren't a good judge of new material, so I didn't really want to risk my health to.
The only shows I could do in the pandemic were in Arizona, right? And I would do a joke about it too, like, 'cause like I don't even know for sure that they were like shut down, just like they just don't get the news. You know what I mean? Like they're still counting the votes in Arizona, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, we did the shows in Tucson and Phoenix and Prescott, right? And in Prescott, I saw a Trump train. Like, like on those parades of like trucks, right? With the flags and shit. And I was like, oh shit, like this is crazy. I was like down their main road and I was like right next to it. And so I was like stoked. But then it was like, there were only like a few big trucks. And then there were like cars, little cars, hatchbacks. They didn't all have signs. They didn't all have flags.
Yeah.
Like one car just wrote like,
it was just traffic.
Biden on the back. Like, like congrats graduates.
Misspelled
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like 2020 champs. Like it was just, it was crappy. Yeah.
It was when I voted in Orlando, and they had this huge thing of people like cheering Trump on, and someone did a mural of him as 2 Chainz, and it said
God.
2 terms.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
like,
there's a bunch of those. There's like him as Rocky. Yeah, there's a bunch of those. Him as Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love plastering him onto.
Still.
Yeah.
Like still till this day right now.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane, man.
And they had guns, and they were doing like, it felt like voter intimidation. They were right outside of the line, and they were like yelling all this false information like while we were going on to vote.
Yeah. Like QAnon stuff.
Yeah, well, they were like talking about certain senators and like why you shouldn't vote for them and stuff. I'm like, you can't. That's no way this.
And they're there with guns right outside where you vote.
Yeah.
In Orlando.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
And
dude.
like they're not holding it, but you can see it. And
they're just. But it's just to try to make you scared.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Another new thing with you, and it's a thing that we need to bring up for ourselves too, is TikTok.
Oh yeah.
So like, have you only been doing it for a few months?
Yeah, I just started it.
How long ago?
I would say 3 months. And I got like 60,000 followers in 3 months.
That's crazy,
right? This is what I'm saying. Because there's a few people we know like that like Erin Darling.
Yeah.
Started when like in a few months she has like 300,000 followers or some shit. Like Josh Nasser
Oh, Josh is killing it.
Yeah,
with his
right?
I was asking him how he does it. He wears these like secret spy glasses, and then he pretty much like catcalls people on the road.
I just thought he was holding up his phone.
No, he has these glasses.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
But it's like It's like he's like catcalling, but it's kindness. Like he's just saying really nice things to people on the road, unsolicited.
It's just trying to get them to laugh.
Yeah.
And then he posts them, and like he has like 600,000 followers. He has a shit ton of in like a couple months.
Did you do any like tricks trying to like trick the algorithm or anything like that, or you're just posting stuff and you got followers?
I just started posting stuff. I was told the way they do it is you find a format that works.
Yeah.
So I did the whole I did one video with this like dramatics thing in the back, and it's just one-liners, and it did really well. So I kept I did a one-liner every day, and they started blowing up.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah,
like,
you got to find your little niche.
Yeah.
And then, people start sharing it.
And it pays well. It's like it's pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
I know, that's what I'm
We're
saying.
still trying to. It's just now. Ours is just now starting to tick up every day. It's like tick, 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 tick.
1% of your followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're getting there.
But yeah, same shit. Like you just got to like post every day. And it's funny too, because like Aaron and Josh like blew up on it like in a couple months, and like they already give seminars on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I watched Aaron's one. It was good.
Really?
There was like good tips.
I need to see. Oh,
Yeah, it was a trip, dude.
It's hard to do it every day though, because this takes like an hour. So I need to get better at like backlogging videos too, I think, and making them, because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to wear makeup today. I don't want to put makeup on just to do a TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, because you got to do all this work for literally like a 15-second joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one cool thing about the TikTok is I'm just using all this photos and videos and stuff that I had for the Instagram.
Yeah, just the other shit. Yeah. Just
that
reload
nobody
it.
on TikTok's seen already, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And I'm like, "Sweet,
Exactly.
that's a 5-year-old video, buddy."
Yeah, exactly. Share it. This is new to you.
Yeah, but it's funny how that's the world we live in now. Like the way you promote yourself and get your name out there and stuff like that is just like completely different now than it was just 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and then there's like one app that they said like that's the whole difference with it, is that it's like search based instead of network based. So instead of just showing shit to your friends, it's showing shit to whoever's searching your hashtags, and that's why the algorithm picks you up.
It's so like random TikTok, because I've avoided TikTok forever.
Same
I
here.
literally only opened it because of the podcast and we needed it.
Like we just started.
We're putting just starting to put it out there.
Yeah.
What the hell did you say? What was the point you just made?
Oh, that the app is based on search.
Oh,
The algorithm is
yeah.
based on your search.
So like, yeah, you got the people you follow, but that For You page that it literally, it's like things I didn't even know I absolutely wanted to know everything about. You know what I mean? It's just like pop up. It's like this lady's shearing a sheep, and I'm like, holy shit, she is shearing the shit out of the sheep. Honey, you see this?
Or the freaking bees lady that just grabs the bees with her hands.
Dude, funny story about that.
Yeah.
There is a beehive in the wall of Mike next door, my neighbor Mike. Shout out Mike.
Yeah.
There's a beehive in there. The bees are coming out into my yard, but they're in his thing, right? I've been calling him, asking him to take care of it. But I finally search up a bee lady, West Hollywood, right? Yeah. So I'm talking to her. She's like,
I need a bee lady.
She's like, yeah. And she's like, I mean, do you want me to take them, or do you want me to bring you like a box and I can put them the colony and you can keep them like and you just check on them every 6 months. They just, they're important.
Man,
I'm like,
I don't want these bees.
No, but I go, you know what? That would be cool. Like I've learned a lot about bees lately, and since
be a beekeeper
since
now?
we had the hive, we looked it up on TikTok and we found that bee chick from Texas, and she goes, "Do not say that lady's name to me."
Yeah, all the bee people hate her.
They hate her, dude.
Yeah.
And she goes, I go from Texas. She goes, yes, Texas Bee Works or whatever.
Yes, dude.
She's like, that chick is full of shit. She got my TikTok deleted. She starts going off on this
She's
chick.
a big Trump supporter, dude.
Dude, I had no idea.
And you can't just grab bees like that, bro.
Yo, yeah, that's what she said too. She said some little girl got like fucking stung and attacked by
a bunch of people are getting
because
stung.
they have like straight up Africanized bees in Texas too.
Yes, dude.
So like a bunch of people were getting stung and shit because she's out there fucking.
That's all right. Here,
combing bees.
Come here, little bees. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's funny, man. But she went off for like literally 3 solid minutes about this bee lady. I'm like, I'm sorry, I will never bring her up again. Please come get these bees. Yeah, dude. But yeah, it's funny that you brought that up. But
hilarious.
But yeah, it's just crazy how it's whatever
you
that
can
algorithm
die
is
from bee stings, dude.
It it just feeds you stuff that you're, you know what I mean? It just feeds you that for you. It's like, really, it's like, you're almost like, fuck, it really is for me.
Hey, I'm going to start trading fucking crypto now, dude. Like, I figured this out. Forex.
Oh, wait a second. Did you want to talk about crypto?
Yeah, dude, bro.
I didn't, when I worked at Tosh, I was really pushing for TikTok because I thought that it was going to be like the next big thing. And like, they didn't really want to cover videos with it. They thought it was stupid. I feel like they thought that it was like a dance app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not
that's kind of what I thought too for the longest.
Yep.
A lot of people think that because that's like what the first thing you see before your For You page gets tailored. And I was telling people, and then people slowly started to get into it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's so funny. I'm like, it's like such a gay app. Like everything's about like lesbian sex. And I'm in a meeting and my boss is like, that's tailored to your interests.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
For You page.
That's funny. You're like, whoops.
I made an ass out of myself at a work
Hey,
meeting.
that happened to me on my IG Explorer once, where I liked a gay comics meme,
Yeah.
and IG's Explorer is like, "Oh, you like gay stuff, huh?
Okay.
Well, here you go." And the IG, the within the gay community, the community guidelines are not recognized for IG. They're going at it, bro. They just aren't reporting each other at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, is this the same Instagram? Like, what the fuck is this app, dude? Like, I had to start liking like booties and like Raiders memes and like just sports shit and like bikinis and bro.
I will say
Like,
this.
like make me straight again, fast. Like
I
was
will say
scared.
this. Gay TikTok is fucking hilarious. Vinny,
yeah.
do you watch Vinny's stories? Our cousin Vinny?
All right, I saw when he posted the one about the guy like yelling at his sister when she's asleep or some
Bro.
shit, like putting McDonald's on her.
Bro.
I didn't get that though, dude. That like wasn't funny to me.
Bro, Vinny
Maybe I'm old.
Vinny will post like 10 in a row, you know, on his story, our cousin. Gay TikTok,
Yeah.
you know, his little run of gay TikTok posts. They are fucking hilarious, dude. Hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to dive in there yet on my For You page, but
But
I look from afar
let
at
Vinny be
Vinny's
the
page.
curator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
let him
it's
be the
fucking,
gay curator
it's
for
fucking
us.
hilarious. I mean,
Vinny, if you're
good
listening, we
comedy
love
is
you,
good
buddy.
comedy, whether it's
Yeah.
straight or gay. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't know how they know. They didn't know immediately if you're gay or not. And like, it's just like, you're gay. Like,
Yeah, you
That's
could-
what I mean. They try to tell me.
Well,
They
because
didn't bother to know if I was or not.
you could just happen upon it by accident, and you've seen the page already, and it throws that
was
into your
one
algorithm, man.
One meme I
Yeah.
liked from a gay comics
Yeah.
page, and it was like a Trump meme or something. I thought that shit was funny. You know what I mean?
But sometimes it does fuck up. Like for a while there, especially when I was like really posting a lot of political shit, I was getting all kinds of Trump.
Yeah, because it'll try to
Trump
get you in there,
supporting
dude.
stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
So
It was
they
like,
Prager you.
Why do you think I want? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute. Hey, that's right. Turning point. You're making a good point.
Yeah,
I
right.
am
Yeah.
turning.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. What else?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think, I just
think
want to
we're
make
good.
sure that we got any kind of TikTok tips from you, so we can try to ride this wave.
yeah, you just find one
You know what I mean?
that works and then you recreate.
Yeah,
it
your format's hitting though.
Yeah.
I like
thanks,
that, dude. Yeah, she just does like, does like the first line of a one-liner and then does like a dramatic reveal and just does the punch,
Ah, nice.
and that's it, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, simple. I
Yeah.
like it.
And-
Simple, clean, neat.
Is Tosh done now? Like they did the last season, didn't
It's
they?
so crazy. They did a 4-season renewal, which the way that works is that they split the seasons, or technically one season's technically 2 seasons.
Uh-huh.
So they do it because when the show's been on the air that long,
I was gonna say, how long has it been on now?
like 12 seasons.
I remember
Yeah.
going to see him before that started, like in his albums, like before I did stand up, like in like 05. I think I told you about him, dude. It's like, this guy is so fucking funny, man.
He was massive. I remember
Yeah.
when at my high school, the guy who did the morning announcements, he used to he did an impersonation of him
Oh,
in
yeah.
the morning announcements. That's how
Oh,
famous
my
he was.
God. Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah,
I
I, think
met
I
him
went
once.
I went to see him like 3 times before I did comedy. Yeah.
He doesn't really go out a lot. He's like a pretty big recluse.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
This was like 05, 06. Like
We met him once at the store. He wasn't performing. He just happened to be there. And me and Bernie were sitting in the back.
yeah.
And he walked out back, and we kind of went out there. Like, hey, man, you know, can we get a picture? Big fans.
Mhm.
Kind of a dick to us. Just a smidge of a dick. And it's kind of like, man, it's rough.
Yeah.
Who else you work for? Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
And then Daniel Tosh.
Yeah. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's-
But you know, I'm cool with everybody, and you know, we're both in the we're both in the entertainment industry too, and I'm an actor.
You don't got
also.
a big league me, Steve Harvey. You don't got a big league me.
You know, I don't think I've ever met any star that was too big to be a nice person. You know what I mean? That shit nothing pisses me off more than when like famous people are just assholes for no reason.
It's been happening since we were kids.
I know, dude. It's enraging. But
Mr. T dogged us out when we were little kids.
yeah.
Oh, really?
They
Yeah.
filmed the fucking A-Team at our house when I was in like 3rd grade, right?
2 doors
we get
down.
up early. Our cousins sleep over. We're going to try to meet Mr. T because the set was in our front yard, right? And we finally find him. We go up to him, talk to, hey, Mr. T, Mr. T. Doesn't even look down at us. We're like feet away from him. He's just stone face, does not look down or acknowledge us at all, bro. And it's Mr. T who's supposed to be about the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he just did not give a shit, dude.
That's
Yeah, it was crazy.
As I always say, it kind of was it wasn't to my favor that the first person I worked with was Joel McHale because he was like super cool, super nice. Like after every show, he like meets all the fans and takes a picture with them.
Yeah.
He wasn't around as much. Like he really had because he's such a busy schedule. He does so much at once. But super nice guy. And I was like, and I think I got used to that. Also, I got used to thinking I can just go up and talk to the host. I was like,
but that's like you should be able to, you know what I mean? Like if you're just a normal, decent human being and someone comes up and goes, hey, you know, how are you? It's like your natural reaction shouldn't be like, get the fuck out of my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like anybody, even the homeless people we deal with, you know, like, hey, what's up, dude? I'll be like, hey, what's up, bro? You know, how's it going or whatever. It's like trips me out or I mean, I've been in like a makeup trailer with people that aren't even fucking famous. It's like you're on this show, you're not even fucking famous, dude. And you know, I'm like, hey, what's up? And it's like, hey, what's up? You know?
Yeah.
Like
how do you already have an attitude, bro?
Yeah, dick.
Yeah.
I've just
I've been around
met
longer
you,
than
literally.
dog.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah, that's fucking funny as shit, dude. You've seen it with comics too.
maybe he had a bad
sometimes.
day.
With comics too, where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
how do you already have an attitude, dude? Like, what have you done, dude?
Yeah,
know
you
what I
have
mean?
one
Yeah.
podcast with a moderate following.
Yeah,
Come on, you're so mean. It's stupid, especially because comedy is so much about like I think connecting with people, and it's if anything, you're a performer. You should be like, you shouldn't like try to have like this weird divide between you and other people. That's because how are you going to be relatable or funny or
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
talk about any human experience when you don't live a normal human experience?
And a lot of people just get into it to try to just be friends, and they're like not really serious about they don't care about their career as much as they care about like hanging out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then when you are serious about your career and you start getting shit, everybody starts hating on you for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've had that too.
The whole thing is
yeah.
stupid.
Like as soon as you start getting like credits and stuff, or you get on something, people see you on something, then like, well, he's not that funny. Why the fuck did he get that?
Yeah.
I don't know. He must didn't suck the dick or something.
Yeah.
For everybody, dude.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude. Yeah. What about now? Work on anything now?
Supposed to. I don't know if I can say it's supposed to work in the Seth Rogen show, but I was supposed to start a couple weeks ago, but I'm still waiting for that to get approved with a budget and everything. But so
TikTok star in the meantime.
yeah, doing that. It's pretty much just like because everything there's been shows I've been about to work on, and then they've been budgeting out writers just because I guess with COVID compliance, it costs a lot of money to do that. So like they're cutting. They have like skeleton crews on a lot of shows.
They have to keep testing everybody that comes in all the time.
Well, I did one show where they were literally they had to rent out an entire resort to do a reality show.
No shit.
So they're like,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They're like hiring people to like develop. I mean, you're basically developing brand new protocols for the entire industry.
Yeah.
You know, how do you do it? It's especially
get
big
back to
movie
work.
shoots and stuff like that, or if you have multiple sets going at the same time. You know, you got a second unit filming over here. Everything, extras. You know, normally the extras are all corralled into, you know, whatever this little section. You got to stay here. We're gonna be shooting overnight or whatever. You got to separate all those people now. And that's crazy, man. It's like a whole new world out there. Auditioning too, which is amazing. Like you don't have to go to auditions anymore.
Oh, because all you do is
All
self-tape
you do is
now all the
self-tape.
time. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
I have my little setup in the dining room.
When
dude.
was the last time you went to an audition and read for a person?
Oh, I mean, a year and a half ago, maybe.
No shit.
You're over a year ago
Yeah.
for sure. But it's the best. You do like 50 takes in your living room. You fuck 49 of them up, and you finally get it right. You're like, all right, that's the one. You know. But yeah, it's great, man. But it's definitely changed everything about Hollywood. I mean, every show, even like the late night shows and stuff. You know, they're all just like
Nothing is the
numbers.
same.
I don't find it funny. I don't know. It's weird to me. Without an audience, it just feels
Yeah, it's different.
it's
different.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's rough.
All right.
Well, this was cool.
This
We're
was
glad
cool.
you finally came on. You were going to Zoom originally, and now you came back to LA.
Yeah, I'm here.
So now you're back for good, right?
Yeah.
Or I mean, not for good, but you're living here again now.
Yeah, well, I was gonna get into the details about me. I was paying rent the whole time, but that you don't care about. Well, technically,
You just kept your place.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a good rate, so I'm trying to like
Hey,
do it.
I don't blame you, dude.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Especially you weren't paying over there, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same rent.
Yeah, that's how I saw it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, smart. Better than trying to look for a new place now, dude. This market sucks, bro.
I know.
Anything you want to plug?
Madison PI.
Madison PI,
Yes,
your podcast.
my
Talk about it
podcast.
for a second. We still have a couple minutes.
I got my private investigator license over COVID, and
Nice.
it started with this idea that I wanted to prove that my dad cheated on my mom because he shaved his balls randomly in their
Yeah.
marriage.
That's a sign. It's a warning sign right there.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
18 years of marriage, it's a weird thing to do,
Yeah.
and not to be like, hey, like look what I did. He just did it and like never mentioned it.
Yeah.
So I got a voice changer and I got him to admit that he cheated on my mom.
Crazy.
Wow.
Because I got him to. I was pretending like I was buying a house from him.
Oh my god.
So I just do things like that. The next one I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to find out who was my I had a peeping tom try to break into my apartment last week.
You're gonna find out who it was?
Yeah, I'm gonna find out.
Are you gonna talk to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Do you
So
have a
is it
name?
like seasons? Like, did you do a season, or is it one? Each episode is like you have one episode with your dad.
One episode's the dad. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I just do like I have like a new
She
mystery.
needs a case.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
You gotta give her a case.
Alright.
So if you have a case, I can solve it for you.
Hilarious.
All right.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Where can they follow you?
Madison Sinclair on Instagram and Madison Comedy on TikTok
Right on. Can people still order your booty shorts, the pressing
Yes.
booty shorts?
at thebummershop.com.
At the what?
The Bummer Shop.
The bummershop.com.
Yeah.
And people send you the stuff to put on it?
Yeah.
Or you come up with shit?
I have like pre-made ones that like say that like they have just like sad facts like about police brutality or that like corn has there can be or they can be stupid, like some say corn has no nutritional value on the ass. So there's like a range. But yeah, you can click a preset one or just make your own.
All right.
Cool.
Danny.
Listen, guys, if you're listening to the podcast, please go and subscribe, like, rate the podcast, leave a comment if you can. All these interactions help us with placement on all of these upcoming podcast charts and help us grow the podcast. So please go and like and subscribe right now, since you got your phone or whatever you're listening on right there in front of you. You can follow me at DannyGonzo34 on Instagram and Twitter.
You can follow me at Ben9Humor, benign humor, like benign tumor, which came up a lot earlier in the show, benign tumors. All right.
Who'd have thunk it?
Clever handle.
It's a sign. Another
You know
sign.
what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. It goes both ways. On Instagram and Twitter, you can follow the show at PRC Pod on Instagram and Twitter, or at PRC Podcast on TikTok, which we're going to learn these. We're going to use these new tips from
Yep.
Madison.
Yeah.
Trying to blow it up. Contact the show if you want to email us. Ask us some questions. Contact prcpod@gmail.com. We have t-shirts. We have stickers. Hit us for merch if you want it. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Hey. All right. Hey. Yeah, I mean.
So we about to take off.
Hey. Please do remain calm. About to run against it and with a little bit of soul, no times. Bread, bread.